Welcome to RES Knowledge Center. Today I am going to tell about the non-cooperation movement. On 1st August 1920, non-cooperation movement was announced formally. This was a brief day when early in the morning the news of death of Bal Gangadhar Tilak arrived. On 4 September 1920, Congress met at Calcutta in a special session. This special session was presided by Lala Lajpat Rai. In this special session of Indian National Congress, Gandhiji promised Swaraj in 1 year if his non-cooperation program was fully implemented. In December 1920, Congress met once again in the Nagpur session. This time the differences of C.R. Das had melted away. He moved the main resolution of non-cooperation. The non-cooperation movement was launched on 5th September 1920 by Mahatma Gandhi with the aim of self-governance and obtaining full independence. As the Indian National Congress withdrew its support for British reforms following the Rowlatt Act of 20 March 1990 and the Jallianwala Bagh massacre of 13th April 1919. A large crowd had gathered at Jallianwala Bagh near the Golden Temple in Amritsar to protest against the arrest of Saifuddin Kichlew and Dr. Satyapal. The civilians were fired upon by soldiers under the command of Brigadier General Reginald Dyer, resulting in killing and injuring thousands of protesters. The massacre became the most infamous event of British rule in India. Gandhi, who was a preacher of non-violence, was horrified. He lost all faith in the goodness of the British government and declared that it would be a sin to cooperate with the satanic government. Gandhi derived his ideologies and inspiration from ongoing non-cooperation movements, particularly that by Satguru Ram Singh, who is credited as being the first Indian to use non-cooperation and boycott of British merchandise and services as a political weapons. It was one of Gandhi's first organized acts of large-scale civil disobedience, satyagrah. Indian Muslims who had participated in the Khilafat movement to restore the status of the Khalifa gave their support to the non-cooperation movement. Gandhiji called for a nationwide protest against the Rowlatt Act. All offices and factories would be closed. Indians would be encouraged to withdraw from Raj and sponsored schools, police services, the military and the civil service, and the lawyers were asked to leave the Raj court. Public transportation and English manufactured goods, especially clothing, was boycotted. Indians returned honors and the titles given by the government and resigned from various posts like teachers, lawyers, civil and military services. Important changes took place in Congress during this period are: earlier the objective of the Congress was to attain self-government by constitutional and legal means. The new aim of Congress was attainment of Swaraj by legitimate and peaceful means. Here was confusion. Jinnah and Madan Mohan Malviya were confused whether this objective of Swaraj is to make any connection with the British Empire or any other way out. Jinnah was still not convinced because the objective was still not clear. Thus Jinnah said adieu to the Congress and left it after his association for 15 years with the party. A 4-Ana membership was launched so that more and more poor people could join the Congress. A hierarchy of village, taluka and district level committees was to be created so that Congress reaches to the grassroots. Reorganization of the provincial Congress committees so that they would be organized on linguistic basis. The idea was to bring it close to the masses by using the vernacular languages. The numbers of delegates were to be fixed in proportion to the population. Causes of non-cooperation movement. Resentment at the British after the war. Indians thought that in return for the extensive support of manpower and resources they had provided to Britain during the First World War, they would be rewarded by autonomy at the end of the war. But the Government of India Act 1990 was dissatisfactory. In addition, the British also passed repressive acts like the Rowlatt Act, which further angered many Indians who felt betrayed by the rulers despite their wartime support. Home Rule Movement. The Home Rule Movement, started by Annie Besant and Bal Gangadhar Tilak, set the stage for the non-cooperation movement. The extremists and the moderates of the Indian National Congress were united, and the Lucknow Pact also saw solidarity between the Muslim League and the Congress Party. The return of the extremists gave the Indian National Congress a militant character. Economic hardships due to World War I. India's participation in the war caused a lot of economic hardships to the people. Prices of goods began to soar, which affected the common man. Peasants also suffered because the prices of agricultural products did not increase. All this led to resentment against the government. The Rowlatt Act and the Jallianwala Bagh Massacre. Repressive Rowlatt Act and the brutal massacre at Jallianwala Bagh, Amritsar had a profound effect on the Indian leaders and the people. Faith in the British system of justice was broken, and the whole country rallied behind its leaders who were pitching for a more aggressive and firm stance against the government. The Khilafat movement. During the First World War, Turkey, which was one of the central powers, had fought against the British. After Turkey's defeat, the Ottoman Caliphate was proposed to be dissolved. Muslims regarded Sultan of Turkey as their Khalifa, religious head of the Muslims. The Khilafat movement was launched under the leadership of Ali brothers, Maulana Muhammad Ali and Maulana Shaukat Ali, Maulana Azad, Hakim Ajmal Khan, and Hazrat Mohani. It got the support from Mahatma Gandhi to persuade the British government not to be abolish the Khilafat. The leaders of this movement accepted the non-cooperation movement of Gandhiji and led a joint protest against the British. The spread of non-cooperation movement 1920 to 21. The non-cooperation movement was the first nationwide mass movement. The year 1921 to 22 witnessed an unprecedented movement in the nation's history when there was a widespread unrest among students. A nationwide tour was taken up by Mahatma Gandhi and Ali brothers of Khilafat movement. C.R. Das, Motilal Nehru, M.R. Jaikar, Saifuddin Kichle, Vallabhbhai Patel, C. Rajagopalachari, T. Prakasam, and Asaf Ali left their legal practice and jumped in the full-fledged politics of Congress. Thousands of students left government schools and colleges and joined the movement. Jamia Millia Islamia was established in Aligarh on 29 October 1920 by Muhammad Ali Johar, Hakim Ajmal Khan, Mukhtar Ahmad Ansari, Abdul Majid Khwaja, and Zakir Hussain under the presidency of Mahmud Hassan Deobandi. Bihar Vidyapit came into existence at Patna. It was established by Mahatma Gandhi in 1921. Spread over 20 acres, Ashram's land was donated by his close associate Maulana Majrul Haq's friend Khairun Mia to the national movement. The leaders of Indian movement started teaching in the pure Indian educational institutions. In some provinces such as Bengal and Punjab, there was a complete boycott of education by the British. The shops which sold foreign clothes were picketed. Khadi and Charkha became the symbol of national movement. In Bengal, Someshwar Prasad Chaudhary led the peasants in an anti-indigo cultivation. The Tana Bhagat sect of Bihar boycotted the liquor. In Punjab, Akalis movement that was originally for reforms in the Gurudwaras got linked with the non-cooperation movement. On 13th December 1920, after the formation of Shiromani Gurudwara's Prabandhak Committee to secure Sikh Gurudwaras from corrupt priests, Akali Dal was formed. The prominent founders were Kartar Singh Jabbar, Master Tara Singh and Baba Khadak Singh. The movement was weak in the presidency of Bombay, where the people were mourning on the demise of Tilak. The Gandhi magic did not work there. In Andhra Pradesh, Alluri Sitaram Raju organized the tribals and linked with the non-cooperation movement. In March 1990, there was a Congress session at Vijayawada in which the Congress rookies were directed to collect funds, enroll more and more members and distribute charkhas. In 1921, all in Karachi. Here Maulana Muhammad Ali initiated a resolution that no Muslims should serve in the British Indian Army. So the Ali brothers were arrested for sedition. Later Congress also passed similar resolution and the government had to ignore the whole episode. The Midnapur of Bengal, a movement was led by Birendranath Sasmal against the Union Board of Taxes. People in various parts of the country happily joined the no tax to government movement. It was successful in the Andhra region. In 1921, at the Allahabad session of the Indian National Congress, it was decided to launch non-cooperation movement at both individual and mass levels. An appeal was made to all men over the age of 18 to join the volunteer corps. At this Allahabad session, Gandhi was declared as soul of this movement. In February 1922, Gandhiji wrote to the Viceroy and said that he had the intention to launch the movement in Bardoli in Gujarat if the government fails to solve the Khilafat question and Punjab issue. The Britishers also tried to suppress the movement by introducing sections 108 and 144 of the Code of Criminal Procedures at various centers of the agitation. The government took actions by declaring the activities of Congress and the Khilafat voluntaries illegal. By December 1921, all main leaders of the movement were arrested and lodged in jails. The newspapers' offices were raided. Volunteers' Corps was declared illegal, and by December, over 30,000 people were arrested from all over India. Among prominent leaders, only Gandhiji remained out of jail. On February 5, 1922, in the Chauri Chaura, after violent clashes between the local police and the protesters, in which 3 protesters were killed by police firing, the police station was set on fire by the mob, killing 22 of the police occupants. Gandhiji felt that the revolt was wearing off course and was disappointed that the revolt had lost its non-violent nature. He did not want the movement to degenerate into a contest of violence, with police and angry mobs attacking each other back and forth, victimizing civilians in between. Gandhiji appealed to the Indian public for all resistance to end, went on a fast lasting 3 weeks, and called off the mass non-cooperation movement. outcome of non-cooperation movement. The most significant impact of the non-cooperation movement was that it brought Gandhiji on the front seat of national politics in India. He was regarded as a logical heir of Bal Gangadhar Tilak. The sense of terror of the jails was removed from the masses and the going to jail became a badge of honor. Congress became the party of common man. Now it was with widespread support of the average peasants, workers, and the intellectuals. Charkha and Khadi became symbol of Indian nationalism. Gandhiji was able to see the real picture of India. He realized that the real power of India lies in the rural areas and not in urban areas. Significance of non-cooperation movement. Swaraj was not achieved in 1 year as Gandhiji had told. However, it was a truly mass movement where lakhs of Indians participated in the open protest against the government through peaceful means. It shook the British government, who were stumped by the extent of the movement. It was participation from both Hindus and Muslims, thereby showcasing communal harmony in the country. This movement established the popularity of the Congress party among the people. As a result of this movement, people became conscious of their political rights. They were not afraid of the government. Hordes of the people thrown to jail willingly. The Indian merchants and mill owners enjoyed good profits during this period as a result of the boycott of British goods. Khadi was promoted. The import of sugar from British reduced considerably during this period. The movement also established Gandhiji as a leader of the masses. Rest in next video. For more and more videos and to boost your knowledge, please subscribe, like and share our channel RES Classes that help you to put your step towards success. Best of luck to all of you.